In this video, we are going to explore how humanity could realistically colonize the entire solar system and transform our species into an interplanetary civilization. To begin our colonization of the solar system, we will set up a research base on the Moon. On the Moon, we can test life support systems, analyze the effects of low gravity on humans, and in general, prepare ourselves for more ambitious missions. After obtaining adequate experience on the Moon, we will travel to Mars and Venus. Mars, with its scientific value, plentiful resources, and crucial surface ice, will probably be the first planet to explore. Once we get there, we can mine Mars volcanoes and craters for a variety of precious metals. We can also conduct scientific research and determine whether Mars ever hosted alien life. All while this happens on Mars, similar events will unfold on Venus. On Venus, 55 kilometers from the surface, the temperature and atmospheric pressure conveniently line up to make the region a paradise. I recently made a video specifically about this if you'd like to learn more. Anyways, up in Venus's thick atmosphere, we can build huge airships and floating settlements to explore and colonize the planet. Eventually, we could construct floating cities comparable to Cloud City in Star Wars. Over time, both Mars and Venus will become second homes to humanity. Rocky red towns on Mars and floating cities on Venus. So, after Mars and Venus, what's next? Well, we may go to Mercury. It gets pounded by the solar wind and its temperature is wildly inconsistent. However, it still has potential, mostly because it is very mineral rich. If we can get temperature-resistant robots on Mercury, we could construct solar-powered mining operations and effectively convert it into a giant, robot-controlled mining planet. So, after Mercury, what's next? Well, while we're mining the asteroid belt, we will move on to the gas giants, Jupiter and Saturn. However, since these planets are quite far, we will want to get there using a more powerful type of propulsion. The solution? Nuclear pulse propulsion. This concept uses controlled nuclear explosions to produce a plasma which is then ejected out of the spacecraft, producing massive amounts of thrust. Using this very realistic method, we could accelerate spacecraft up to 12% the speed of light, enabling us to reach the gas giants and travel around the solar system very quickly. So, what will we do once we reach the gas giants? Well, since they have no surface and are mostly composed of hydrogen, we can't land on them, and any aerial habitat could not float. And there are other problems. Jupiter and Saturn are extremely cold, and their enormous gravitational pulls would make it extremely difficult to leave them once we enter. So, we probably won't colonize the gas giants. However, we can colonize their moons. Jupiter and Saturn's 6 main moons are all potentially habitable, and they are also very fascinating. Many of these moons have evidence of subsurface oceans that may host alien life. On them, we could build fusion-powered underground bases where we could conduct scientific research, mine materials, and service ships heading to more distant locations. After exploring Jupiter and Saturn's moons, we will extend out to the ice giants, Uranus and Neptune. These planets are extremely important because they host enormous amounts of potential fuel for nuclear rockets. They will essentially be the Persian Gulf of the solar system. For this reason, we will want to send robotic hot air balloons to Uranus and Neptune, where we can extract helium-3, hydrogen, and methane. To completely colonize the solar system, we will extend into the Kuiper Belt, where we can mine its millions of icy bodies for volatiles like methane, ammonia, and water. So, that's a way to colonize the solar system. But let's get to the really cool stuff. As soon as it becomes profitable, mining companies will collect valuable resources from asteroids, planets, and moons. This influx of resources will fuel expansion and help grow a prosperous space economy. With the infrastructure established, new companies will move into space, building hotels, space habitats, and orbital factories. Huge, spinning space stations will create artificial gravity, providing comfort in Earth-like conditions far from home. We may construct a Dyson swarm around our sun and build artificial moons. Using nuclear power as a vastly more efficient fuel source, the space economy will explode with growth until eventually humanity will become a true interplanetary species and a spacefaring civilization. If you enjoyed this video, it would really mean a lot if you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.